A 26-year-old volunteer at St. Joseph's Church has been arrested after a suspicious item resembling an improvised explosive device was found on the premises. The item was eventually found by police to be harmless, and the church says mass services will resume as usual tomorrow. Beatrice Yap with this report.
It's the last Sunday before Christmas. What was meant to be a day of preparation for festive celebrations turned into a scare for churchgoers. At about 7:10 a.m., police received a call for assistance at the church along Upper Bukit Timah Road. When officers arrived, a 26-year-old volunteer with the church told them he had discovered a suspicious item in a drain on the premises. According to police, the man then immobilized himself and held onto the suspicious item. Police evacuated the church and secured the area. The SAF's Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Explosive Defence Group was called in. MP of the area, Vivian Balakrishnan, was seen driving into the compound at around 10:50 a.m. and left around 20 minutes later without speaking to the media. When we arrived, at least 5 police and Singapore Civil Defence Force vehicles were seen parked inside the compound. An hour later, some vehicles started leaving the area, including police cars and the explosive ordnance disposal vehicle. I spoke to 3 people who were here to attend the morning mass earlier at 7:30 a.m. They say they were evacuated before mass even started. One of them told me their cars were parked near the suspicious object, so they had to wait here outside the church for their cars. After waiting for around 5 hours till noon, they decided to head off first, leaving their cars inside. St. Joseph's Church had said on Facebook it would be closed for the day. The Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Singapore advised churchgoers to attend Mass at other churches. Vehicles and members of the public were turned away by police officers and church volunteers.
Actually, I hear only the incident when I reach here. Then I saw some bystanders outside. Then I saw some police also. Then they tell us that the mass was cancelled.
I'm quite shocked. Yes, it's not scared because I'm confident about Singapore police.
At about 1:45 p.m., the church volunteer was seen in handcuffs and he was led to a white car by police officers. Investigators were seen inspecting the inside of the car, the seat area and contents of the boot. Police assessed the suspicious item to be 3 cardboard rolls and wires, wrapped in black tape. It was said to look like an improvised explosive device but contained no explosive elements. The man was later arrested under anti-terrorism laws. This is not the first time the church dealt with an incident. In November last year, a priest was stabbed during Mass. A month later, a man was found at the same church with a folding knife.
Singapore's leaders are calling for vigilance and unity after what happened at St. Joseph's Church. They stress the importance of keeping places of worship safe and protecting interfaith harmony.
Acting Minister in charge of Muslim Affairs Faisal Ibrahim says he is deeply concerned by the incident at St. Joseph's Church, even though the item found was assessed to be harmless. He stresses that all places of worship must remain safe spaces, warning that any incident that threatens this sense of safety undermines Singapore's trust and social harmony. Dr. Faisal also called on the Malay Muslim community to stand in solidarity with Christians. Foreign Affairs Minister Vivian Balakrishnan, who is also an MP for the area where the church is located, expressed his thanks for the quick response of the authorities and volunteers. Acting Minister for Culture, Community and Youth David Neo said police and CBRE dealt effectively with the suspicious object and that Singapore's multi-religious society is a precious asset. Minister of State for Culture, Community and Youth Dinesh Vasudash thanked the first responders for their swift action. He says this incident was a reminder to be vigilant and stand together as Singaporeans. Northwest District Mayor Alex Yam has urged the public not to give in to fear. He adds that this is not the first incident the St. Joseph community has faced, and each time the church and the wider community have emerged stronger, more united and resilient.